Mike and Eva, with so much time, money, and effort really put into this whole project here, this nearly completed, completely renovated field over the past few months, you can imagine what it would be like to see someone disrespecting all of that hard work. You know, if you have a camera, if you have a security camera, a ring camera, a hunting camera, please check your footage. See if Michael Burham has been spotted on any of those. If you see anything suspicious, please let them know. Call them in. Let them know that you have something that could lead to his arrest. Those living in this part of Erie say it's not rare to hear gunshots and sirens just a few doors down from where their children sleep. What we've actually got over here is a seagull. It seems to be frozen to the ground. I met this lady. She's been trying to help it get loose here. I tried to offer a little bit of help, but I don't really have any warm water or anything, so she's been trying to take care of it. It's stuck to the ground. Yeah, good evening, Mike and Eva. Now, as you can imagine, there are plenty of cars here at the Erie Auto Show, like this Mazda CX-90 that I'm stepping out of. Impressive capacity right there, able to fit one whole reporter in there. But guests should be aware, there's a 115-step climb to get to the very top of the water slide. And we're off. But it's not just cheaper here in Ohio. In New York State, at the Seneca Native Reservation, prices can be found for as low as $2.93 a gallon. Here's how it works. You can either play it old school and put a quarter in, or just pull out the Meter Easy app and pay on your phone.
Seeing an animal like that in distress, well, I just couldn't leave it to die.
1 month ago, all hope seemed lost for this little herring gull. And it was right here on Dobbins Landing where Snappy the seagull was found, frozen to the ground with a fishing hook piercing his flippered foot. That is, until Denise Bauman came along.
I decided to come down to the dock, take some pictures, and kind of wondered why he wasn't moving. So I got closer and I noticed he was frozen to the ground. And I made a few phone calls locally to try to find some help. I saw you driving by and I waved you down.
That wave down led to a Facebook Live from Erie News Now that likely saved Snappy's life. He received initial treatment at the Tamarack Wildlife Center in Sagertown, then additional treatment in Cleveland. Carol Holmgren of Tamarack explains.
So we have colleagues in Cleveland at Lake Erie Nature and Science Center that we collaborate with, and the Game Commission gives us permission to transport some of our waterbird patients over to them for treatment. And then once Snappy had completed his rehab, he was able to come back for release.
But did either think saving Snappy would lead to the outpour of community support online?
I never thought it'd get like this. But I'm grateful for those who came and helped, and again, seeing another living creature have a chance at life again.
They owe myself 2 checks. They owe one of the other managers since October, and the third manager just got paid yesterday for 1 check, and they owe her a second one.
Workers at Dickey's Barbecue Pit of Erie say they haven't been paid in weeks, even months.
We've been working without pay, keeping the store up and going.
Christina Sesnick, a former assistant manager of the restaurant, says she hasn't got an official pay stub from the franchise owners since August. Instead, she was paid with personal checks from the owner, brothers John and Eric Batty, up until December 5th.
They are personal checks written from their personal business account. There's no proof of taxes being taken out or anything. No pay stubs.
Co-owner John Batty said in a statement over the phone that this is just an issue with 2 disgruntled employees. He confirmed he did pay them with personal checks from his own account, although they were late. Batty says most money earned from the store goes towards corporate, and that Sesnick had already been fired.
I would love to see Dickey's succeed, as long as it was under different ownership. I loved this store. I loved the people I worked with. They were worth staying, but it's not worth it anymore.
And Sesnick says it's especially difficult to deal with her lack of pay with Christmas just a few days away.
It's definitely not fun. Holidays are supposed to be a time for cheer and joy, and instead for us, it's are we going to get paid, or are we going to hear we're working on it again?
This is Joe the camel. He's 3 years old. I've had him since he was a baby.
Charlie Sorcy has a love of exotic animals.
He's a big, gentle giant.
He legally owns a camel, zebra, emus, and now 1 escaped wallaby.
He's not harmful. He won't hurt anybody. If they can catch him, just grab him by the tail.
Sorcy owns 2 other wallabies, 1 albino and 1 brown that looks similar to the missing marsupial. He says the escapee got out earlier this week, and the community's been on the lookout ever since.
The wallaby was in a pen here like this. He got out underneath the gate and started running around and went out another gate and out in the pasture and went up the road, I guess. He's looking for it to stretch his legs.
Sourcey says the wallaby was spotted near Route 430 by Findlay Lake. And Kelly Thornton, owner and operator of Small Town Shelter, has been helping to get the word out through their Facebook page.
Well, it wasn't so crazy for me because I knew that they were out here. It was more people's responses to the fact that there was a wallaby on the loose that really got my attention.
But Sourcey feels confident that his wallaby will be found soon.
Somebody will find him, somebody will see him, and they'll call us. He'll go in somebody's barn or somebody's garage or something. They'll close the door, and lock him in there, and they'll call me up because everybody around here knows everybody, and we'll probably get him back. If not, oh well, he's going to live a cold winter, but he won't. He'll find us someplace warm, so I'm sure he'll go into somebody's building.
Well, Mike and Eva, as you said, in the weeks since our story originally aired, people from across Erie have generously donated everything from gifts to money to even entire Christmas trees, something that the family has deeply appreciated.
Oh my God, oh my God. It's gonna make me cry.
2 weeks ago, it seemed that nothing was going Nancy Sanders' way. Her gifts for her disabled daughter, Shirley, who has cerebral palsy and the mentality of a 5-year-old, were stolen out of the back of her car the day before her daughter's life or death surgery. Then, all she could think to do was ask for help.
I'd just like to get any kind of help I can get. If anybody can help me, I really appreciate it, Yeah, right now it's in God's hands.
And it seems she finally got the help she needed.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. $1,000. Oh, thank God. Whoever did it, thank him.
The $1,000 comes from an anonymous group called the Darkest Day Society, whose goal is to provide help to whoever in Erie needs it the most on the darkest day of the year, the winter solstice. Their donation comes along with dozens of other gift cards, presents, and monetary donations to Sanders and her daughter, who've only been living off $917 a month from Social Security.
Thank everybody. Thank you so much. I mean, it made me happier than I ever been. One of the best Christmas I ever had, and it's wonderful. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate what you have done for me, and God bless you for everything you've done. I love you all.
Now that money sure is nice, but the best part is Sanders' daughter, Shirley, did in fact survive her surgery, and while they're waiting on those final test results, she is in much better spirits. We'll have more on this story on ErieNewsNow.com. Live in the studio, Tom Kowalski, Erie News Now. Yeah, good evening, Mike and Eva. Now, for the small borough of McKees Rocks, it means the world. All you have to do is mention the name Damar Hamlin, and their faces absolutely light up. So you can imagine how much it means to them to see their hometown hero back on the field, even if it is for the Bills. 8 months ago, the football community came to a standstill after Bills safety Damar Hamlin suffered a cardiac arrest on the field.
I just thought it was mom and dad because, I'm a parent, I'm a friend of his, and it was tough because it's like he's laying there, he's not moving, and that was hard.
Councilman Archie Brinza of Hamlin's hometown of McKees Rocks says he's worked with Hamlin a lot, either playing Little League with Brinza's kids or doing philanthropy for the town. He knows how hard Hamlin's worked to get to where he is, and how heartbreaking it was to see him fall in January.
It's tough. It's different. I mean, it really is. So it makes me proud. It makes me. That's part of being a Rocks guy too, is the toughness that's coming out of him from persevering through this.
Living in McKees Rocks is not easy, and kids here don't have opportunities that other municipalities have.
Borough manager Leanne Wozniak says Hamlin has done many things, big and small, to help out his hometown.
He never expected to be this big, is now probably in the millions of donations, and he's said before, I'm not just gonna help my community, I'm gonna help kids everywhere. So his heart is as big as it can get.
There's an AED machine, he donated 4 of them to the McKees Rocks Borough.
And it's because of those AED machines that Hamlin is back to where he is now, playing football. Family friend and coach, David Rue, says he knew Hamlin would be back on the field in no time.
Doctors cleared him. I knew in my mind Damar will be back where he is right now, because that's just the drive in him. He ain't gonna let nothing hold him down. He has that godly spirit in him, and he's not gonna let anything hold him back.
So the big question is, who will McKees Rocks be rooting for this weekend?
I don't know. I think I'll still see a lot of black and gold, but I think even with the black and gold gear on, I think everyone's heart will be with Damar.
I'm rooting for 2 teams, Damar and the Steelers. That's it. Not the Bills, DeMar and the Steelers.